Hare Krishna, welcome to the session on Mukunda Mālā Stotra. Today we are going to discuss the last shloka, 53rd shloka. And tomorrow we will do a revision of all the shlokas. So let's begin with our discussion for today on shloka number 53, the last one. Mukunda-mālāṁ paṭhatāṁ narāṇām aśeṣa-saukhyam labhate न svit samasta-pāpa-kṣayam etya dehī prayāti Viṣṇoḥ Paramaṁ Padam tat. Okay, so repeat after me. Mukunda-mālāṁ paṭhatāṁ narāṇām
Mukunda-mālāṁ paṭhatāṁ narāṇām
aśeṣa-saukhyam labhate न svit
aśeṣa-saukhyam labhate न svit
samasta-pāpa-kṣayam etya dehī
samasta-pāpa-kṣayam dehī
prayāti Viṣṇoḥ Paramam Padam tat.
prayāti Viṣṇoḥ Paramam tat.
Who among those who recite this Mukunda Mālā will not achieve complete happiness? An embodied being who chants these prayers will have all his sinful reactions eradicated and proceed straight to the supreme abode of Lord Viṣṇu. Mukunda Mālāṁ, this flower garland for Lord Mukunda. paṭhatāṁ, who recite. Narāṇām, among persons. aśeṣa, complete. Saukhyam, happiness. Labhate na, does not achieve. Svit, who at all. Samasta, of all. Pāpa, sins. Kṣayam, the eradication. Etya, obtaining. Dehī, an embodied being. Prayāti, proceeds. Viṣṇu, of Lord Viṣṇu. Paramam, supreme. Padam, to the abode. Tat, that. So this is the Phala Sruthi shloka. This last shloka is Phala Sruthi. Kulasekhara Āḻvār is saying that whoever recites, whoever hears, whoever studies this Mukunda Mālā Stotra, all their sins will be eradicated and they will go to spiritual world, Viṣṇuloka. This is the same Phala Sruthi we see in pretty much all the stotrams. The recent Jagannādhāśtakam we did. Jagannādhāśtakam punyam yappatet prayata shuchihi sarva papa vishuddhatma Viṣṇulokam sagacchati. Sarva papa vishuddhatma. Whoever studies that stotram Jagannādhāśtakam, all their sins will be eradicated. Their consciousness will be purified. And Viṣṇulokam sagacchati. They will go to Viṣṇuloka, spiritual world. Viṣṇuloka doesn't necessarily mean only Vaikunta. It can refer to everything in the spiritual world, any loka, whether it is Goloka Vrindavana, Ayodhya Loka, Vaikunta Loka, or anything. So, why is that so? Why reciting these stotrams gives us the benefit of eradicating the sins and giving the eligibility to go to spiritual world? Why is that so? Because the stotrams are full of nama sankirtana, and the name has that power. The holy name of the Lord has that power to cleanse our sins, to cleanse our anarthas. Cheto darpana marjanam. In Shikshashtakam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorifying Nama Sankirtana, glorifying chanting of the holy names. In 8 shlokas, he explains the glories of chanting the holy name. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamahadavagni nirvapanam Shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam Anandham buddhivardhanam pratipadam purnamruta swadanam Sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So this Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, Nama Sankirtanam has the power to do Cheto Darpanam Arjanam. Chetas means the consciousness, the mind, the heart. Darpanam, mirror. Our heart is like a mirror. The consciousness is like a mirror. But right now, that mirror is dirty. The mirror is dirty. So we need to cleanse it. Only then we can see ourselves. We can see our true identity. We can see our soul. When you stand in front of a dirty mirror, you will not be able to see yourself properly. But when you take a piece of cloth and then scrub it thoroughly and cleanse it, then you can see properly. So similarly, this Nama Sankirtana has the power to cleanse our consciousness. That's why Kulasekhara Āḻvār is saying in this Phala Sruthi that whoever recites this Mukunda Mālā Stotra, all of their sins will be eradicated. And once the sins are eradicated, then what do you have to do in this material world? Then we'll be transported to spiritual world. Whether it is Viṣṇu Sahasranama Stotra, Mukunda Mālā Stotra, different stotras in Bhagavatam, Jagannādhāśtakam, anything, Narasimha Stotra, Narasimha Karavalamba Stotra, all of these. That is why Krishna says, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. Always chant my names, always chant my glories. Now it is not for his happiness he is asking that, right? He is asking for our happiness. Because when we chant those names, we will get purified. So the power of the prayer, an auspicious benediction. Just as hearing Prahlad Maharaj and Lord Nrsimhadev brings one to the spiritual world without anxiety. This stotra holds the direct authority of the Supreme Lord. Simply by hearing, if somebody doesn't want to chant, simply by hearing also, one can get purified. But more than just hearing, receptive reading, attentive reading. As you are reciting these names, you try to understand the meaning of each of those names, and when you chant in that way, you will be able to connect to those names. The name is the means to connect with God. Just like when you want to connect with somebody who is in a remote place, you make a phone call. So the phone, which is the instrument, that is the means to connect with that person. Now when you talk to that person on the phone, even though you don't see that person, but you will develop some feelings, some emotions for that person, right? Similarly, this name is the means, it's the connection between the Jiva and Bhagavan. So by constant recitation of these names, Mam Anusmara, by constant constantly reciting these names, one will develop Krishna Prema. In Bhagavatam, there is a beautiful shloka. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati bhakti nashta prayeshu
Bhagavate Bhaktiruttama Uttama Sloke
tamashloka nashta prayesha abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati
Bhaktir
bhakti
Bhaktir Bhaktiruttama Sloke Bhagavat.
bhaktir bhavati naistiki. Bhaktir
Yes,
bhavati.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is that shloka? Whoever hears the glories of the Lord, their heart will be purified and bhakti will be produced. Bhaktir naistiki, Bhagavad Bhaktir naistiki. So naistika bhakti, that unalloyed devotion, nishala bhakti, unalloyed devotion will develop. So throughout the Mukunda Mālā Stotra, the central theme of all the shlokas is focused around these 4 points. Chant the names of the Lord, offer pranama. So the first one is nama, second one is pranama, and third one is serve, seva, serve the devotees, serve the Lord, and develop humility. Whatever you do, the first 3 things, you chant the names with humility, you offer pranama with humility, you serve the devotees and Bhagavan with humility. Now what is that humility? Humility means when you are rendering this service, you don't aspire any recognition. You don't aspire anyone to recognize and appreciate you. But you are doing this as a service to the devotee or Bhagavan. Aspire only to become the servant of 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 the Lord. That is the humility. That's why it's a dangerous position to be in the senior position in bhakti, because a person may develop some pride. That's why it is a safe place when you are under the shelter of a devotee of the devotee of the devotee, or the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. So Madhavendra Puri, a pure devotee of Krishna. So Madhavendra Puri, even though he was such a pure devotee, Gopala, the Gopala deity, came into his dreams, and Krishna told Madhavendra Puri to build a temple for Gopala deity, start worshipping, and offer all the Shodashopcharas. And Madhavendra Puri did that with the support of the people in the village. He found Gopala deity on Govardhana hill, and then he built a temple and started worshipping nicely. And overnight he became famous, because Krishna appeared in his dream, and everybody appreciated him. Everybody was looking at him with awe and reverence. And Madhavendra Puri, he wanted to escape from that situation. So he went to a different place. And when he was going to Puri, Jagannath Puri, to fetch sandalwood paste for Gopala's deity, by that time his glories, his service, the glories of his service already spread, and he wanted to be cautious not to reveal his identity to anyone. So he was hiding himself and just moving around in Jagannath Puri like an ordinary person. But somehow people started noticing him and then they started uh, offering respect to him, offering pranams to him, all of that. And then from there also he escaped. So humility, we don't want any recognition, we don't want any respect for ourselves. We want to offer everything to Krishna. Nama pranama. Nama sankirtanam yasya sarva papa pranashanam pranamo dukkha shamanastam namami harim param. Bhagavatam, last shloka of Bhagavatam. Nama sankirtanam yasya sarva papa pranashanam pranamo dukkha shamanas tam namami harim param. So the reason why Kulasekhara Āḻvār is saying that whoever recites Mukunda Mālā Stotra, they will be free from all the sins and they will go to spiritual world. He is not saying because he has written it. That's not the mood of the devotees. He is saying this. Now when you look at it, this sloka, right, Phala Sruthi. Oh, how can Kulasekhara Āḻvār, how can the author himself say that whoever recites my writing, my composition, they will be elevated to spiritual world. That's why before writing this shloka, what did Kulasekhara Āḻvār say in the previous shloka? Yasya priyau shrutidarau kabilo kavirau mitrau dvijanma varapadma sharava bhutam Tenam bhujaksha charanam bhuja shatpadhena rajñā krita kritiriyam Kulasekharena. So Kulasekhara Āḻvār said, this is not my greatness of composing this Mukunda Mālā Stotra, but this is the work of my acharyas, Nammāڵvār and Periyāڵvār. I am offering this at the lotus feet of my dear friends and acharyas, Nammāڵvār and Periyāڵvār. And I am just like a bee. I am just like a honey bee who collects honey, the nectar like honey from different flowers. So whatever Kulasekhara Āḻvār has heard, the different names, different glories from different acharyas, he is simply presenting that. That's why he is saying, mukunda-mālāṁ paṭhatāṁ narāṇām aśeṣa-saukhyam labhate na svit samasta-pāpa-kṣayam etya dehī prayāti Viṣṇu Paramaṁ padam tat. So it has the names of the Lord and also it has the learnings from different acharyas. So the potency of the acharyas, the mercy of the acharyas, other Āڵvārs, other acharyas is invested when Kulasekhara Āḻvār is writing Mukunda Mālā Stotra. That mercy, that potency is invested here. So that's why it's a powerful, beautiful stotram. So now what we will do is
Prabhuji, kindly explain the నైష్టిక భక్తి అన్నారు కదా, అంటే భక్తిలో అదొక అంటే నైష్టిక బ్రహ్మచారిని మనం నారదముని అంటాం కదా,
అవును,
యోగుల్ని నారదముని, అలాగే నైష్టిక భక్తి కూడా ఉందా?
Yeah, Naishtika Bhakti means unalloyed devotion, Ananya Bhakti. Naishtika Bhakti, Ananya Bhakti, Ekanta Bhakti, these are all same.
Okay.
So Ananya Bhakti means I don't have anyone else other than Krishna. Ananya. I don't have anyone else other than Krishna. Ananya Bhakti, unalloyed. And I don't have any other desire. There is no other motive. There is no other material desire. I am not asking for any other boon. My only purpose is to serve Sri Krishna. Ananyaschintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Very famous shloka from Bhagavad Gita. It appears in Viṣṇu Sahasranama Stotram also. So Krishna is saying in that whoever performs Ananya Bhakti, for them I provide what they lack and I protect or preserve what they have. Yogakshemam vahamyaham. Krishna is giving a promise there. If you are performing Ananya Bhakti, I will take care of you. So Nischala Bhakti. Nischala means steady. It is not like today I am in good mood to perform Bhakti. Tomorrow I may slacken a little bit. It is not like Monday to Friday I don't go to the temple. I don't attend any classes. I don't recite any stotrams. But Saturday, Sunday, when I have holiday, then I will recite. Or when I go to the temple. No. This Nischala Bhakti means Naishtika Bhakti. Nischala Bhakti means steady. Steadiness in Bhakti, determination. Just like when a person who wants to be physically fit, how can they be physically fit? If they go to gym on Saturday, Sunday, can they be physically fit? No. They have to do sadhana every day. They have to go to the gym every single day without any break. So like that, if you want to be spiritually fit, then we have to practice this every day. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Abhyasa, this regular practice, consistent practice. Just like all of us on this call we have been doing. Within 1 year, we have, by the mercy of Sri Krishna Bhagavan, Sri Ramachandra, and by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and all the other acharyas, we have been fortunate enough to touch upon so many different topics. We have been fortunate enough to learn so many different topics in the last 1 year. We learned few stotrams, we learned Ramayana, we learned some ashtakams, Chorashtakam, Jagannadhashtakam. We studied some stotrams from Bhagavatam, Narsimha prayers, Rukmini prayers. So many different Gajendra Stuti. So many things we have, and we have relished it so much. We developed some connection with Krishna, which was not there before. Now, what is that connection? Each person, they can feel it for themselves. It is different for each person. So this connection was possible only because of practicing Naishtika Bhakti. Steady, determination, steadiness. Every day we have been doing this, Monday to Friday. And now I recently started a Telugu class on Sunday evening also, same time. So this is Naishtika, Nischala Bhakti, Ananya Bhakti. That is the definition of Bhakti. Bhakti means Ananya Bhakti. Ananya mamata Viṣṇo mamata prema sangataha bhaktirityucchate bhishmo prahlādodhdhava narada. The great Mahajans, Prahlada, Uddhava, Narada, Bhishma, they are defining Bhakti. What is the definition of Bhakti? Ananya mamata Viṣṇo. We need to have Ananya mamata on Viṣṇu or Krishna. Mamata means like ownership. Ananya mamata means exclusive ownership. Krishna is mine only. Krishna does not belong to anyone. He is mine only. And Krishna doesn't have anyone other than me. If I don't serve Krishna, there is nobody to serve Krishna. We should have that feeling. And when we have that feeling, Krishna will also develop Ananya Mamata for us. He will reciprocate. he will reciprocate ananya mamata for us. Krishna will also think, okay, I don't have anyone other than this nice devotee. So ananya mamata Viṣṇu, mamata prema sangataha. And that exclusive ownership, it should be with prema. It should not be with some intention to dominate, some intention to feel the pride of ownership. No, not like that. It should be with prema, ananya mamata prema. So that is the definition of bhakti actually. Naishtika bhakti, nischala, ananya bhakti. So now we will, what we will do is in the next 30 minutes or so, we will discuss the summary of Mukunda Mālā Stotra. We'll see what are the different topics that are covered in this. What are the different sets of shlokas. So as we all know, Kulasekhara Āḻvār, he was a king. While being a king itself, he was a great devotee of Rama and Krishna. And then by the will of providence, by the divine arrangement, there was some incident which led to Kulasekhara Āḻvār think that what's the use of all this kingdom? What's the use of all this wealth, name, fame, power, prestige? After all, this body is meant to serve Bhagavan. So thinking that, he quit the royal position as the king, and he made a revolutionary decision to dedicate his life to Ranganath. And then he composed some prabandhams, and all those prabandhams are in Sanskrit, in Tamil. But this one, Mukunda Mālā Stotra, is in Sanskrit. Mukunda Mālā. So this is a beautiful garland offering to Mukunda. Beautiful garland consisting of 53 shlokas. 26 shlokas on each side. 26 plus 26, that is 52. And then in the middle there is a pendant, the centerpiece. So together it is 53 shlokas. Beautiful. These 53 shlokas make a beautiful garland that is offered to Mukunda at the lotus feet of Mukunda.
The 52 sloka is the pendant.
Actually, pendant comes in the middle, because as you are, there are different ways, right? Some people make a garland, make a complete garland, and then in the end they make a pendant in the center. But some people, as they are stitching the flowers together with a thread, they'll also make a pendant and then continue stitching the flowers on the right side. So whatever way different people make the garlands, but the crest jewel, the pendant shloka, is that Krishno rakshatu no jagatraya guru Krishnam namadhvam sada Krishnena kila shatravo vinihita Krishnaya tasmai nama Krishna deva samuttitam jagadidam Krishnasya dasosmyaham Krishne tishtati vishvametadakilam He Krishna rakshasva mam. So this is the centerpiece. This is the pendant shloka, crest jewel shloka. Why this shloka is the crest jewel shloka? Because this shloka, it talks about the tattva of Krishna. First of all, this is a very special shloka. It has Krishna's names twice in each line. And those names are used in all 8 vibhaktis of Sanskrit. Ashtama vibhakti. So it's a beautiful composition, beautiful usage of all the vibhaktis of Sanskrit. That itself is there, that beauty is there, that melody, that beauty of composition is there. More than that, this shloka talks about the tattva of the Lord. How Krishna is supreme, how Krishna is creating and maintaining all the worlds. And everyone else, even the devatas, jivas, everybody is dependent on Krishna. So let me serve that Krishna. Krishnasya dasosmyaham. Let me become servant of Krishna. So whoever understands this tattva, that Krishna, that everything comes from Krishna, so let me use everything that is coming from Krishna in the service of Krishna. It's very simple, right? Let's say there's a car driver. By profession, he is the driver. The car driver, when he joins in a full-time job at some owner, some rich person, and that rich person, he gives a nice Mercedes Benz to this person, this driver. Now, because that car was given by the master, the owner, what is the right thing for the car driver to do? Use that car only for the service of that owner. That car should not be used for his personal service, nor it should be used to drive other people around and make some money, or not to show off and get some prestige. So the right thing is, because the car was given by the master, it should be used in the service of the master. It's a common sense. In any profession, this is the principle that is applied. So similarly, this shloka, the pendant crest jewel shloka, it talks about Krishna's tattva, saying that everything comes from Krishna. So let me become servant of Krishna and use everything in the nature, in the material world, in the service of Krishna. Krishna also says the same thing in Bhagavad Gita. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam mudha bhava samanvitaha. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. Everything emanates from me, both in the spiritual world and material world. Mattaha sarvam pravartate. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaha sarvam pravartate. And everything is maintained by me. Everything is under my control. Iti matva bhajante mam. Iti matva bhajante mam. Whoever knows this and worships me. Iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. That person is considered as an intelligent person. So this is the principle. Bhagavatam. What is the crest jewel? What is the pendant shloka of Bhagavatam? The very first shloka. Why? The very first shloka, it talks about the tattva of Sri Krishna. It says the same thing. Everything comes from Krishna. Janmadhyasya yatonvayaditaratas charteshva bhijñasvarat Tere brahma hridaya adikavaye muhyanti yatsuraya Tejo vari mrudam yata vinimayo yatra trisargo mrusha dhamna svena sada nirastakuhakam satyam param dhimahi. Janma adi yasya. Janma means the birth of the jivas and also the creation of all the universes and planets, creation of material world. Adi. Adi means after birth, whatever is there, old age, disease, death, for the jivas, and for the lokas, it is Srishti, after Srishti, Sthiti and Laya. So Janma Adi. Janmadhyasya yatonvayaditaratas-charteshva vijñasvarat. Everything comes from him, that Krishna Bhagavan. So that's why let us meditate on that Krishna. Satyam param dhimahi. Let us meditate on that Krishna. So this tattva is very important. Even in Jagannatha Ashtakam we recently discussed, right? There Adi Shankaracharya, while explaining Vrindavan Leela and while explaining about Jagannatha, the history of Jagannatha and the Dham, Purikshetra Dham, he was explaining the Tattva also. That he is a Gopala Bala playing in Vrindavana, but he is worshipped by Rama Shambhu Brahma Marapati Ganesharchita Pado Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me. So even though he is a Gopala Bala in Vrindavana, playing with flute and looks like an ordinary boy, but he is not ordinary boy. He is worshipped by Rama, Shambhu, Brahma, Indra, Ganesha, ityadi. So we see this thing in every stotram like this. They establish the tattva, the main crest jewel, important pendant Chudamani Sloka establishes the tattva of Bhagavan. Okay. So let us look at, we might continue this discussion tomorrow also, but today whatever we are able to do in the next few minutes, we will cover some of the summary points from Mukunda Mālā Stotra. In the beginning of the Stotram, Mukunda Mālā Stotram, after Kulasekhara Āڵvār introduces Mukunda Mālā Stotra with Nama Sankirtana, Sri Vallabheti Varadeti, Jayatu Jayatu Devo, then immediately after Mukunda Murdana, immediately he starts describing the precarious situation that we are in this material world, the miserable situation that we are in this material world. This material world is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. It's a place of miseries, it's a place of dukkha, and it is ashashvatam, it is temporary, impermanent. This is not permanent. So Kulasekhara Āڵvār, in 4 or 5 shlokas, he explains how this material world is temporary. Bhavajaladi gatanam dvandvavata hatānām sutaduhitru kalatra trāna bharardhitānām vishama vishayato ye majjatam aplavanam bhavatu sharanameko Viṣṇu poto narāṇām. Bhavajaladi magadam dustaram nistareyam katamahamiti cheto masmaga kataratvam सरसिजदृशि देवे तावकी भक्तिरेका नरकविधि निषण्णा तारयिष्यत्यवश्यम् तृष्णातो ये मदनपवनोद्धूतमोहोर्मिमाले धारावर्ते तनय सहज ग्राहसङ्घाकुले च संसाराख्ये महति जलदौ मज्जतां न स्त्रिदामन् पादाम्बोजे वरद भवतो भक्तिनावं प्रयच्छ. So in all these beautiful shlokas, Kulasekhara Āḻvār is describing the miserable state that we are in. We are in the ocean of material sorrows, and we are constantly encountering the winds, the whirlpools, the waves. There are sea monsters, whales, crocodiles, sharks. And we are seeking help. To cross this material ocean, we are seeking help. Okay, so human life is temporary. Do not postpone spiritual life. Begin remembering Krishna today. The fleeting world, youth fades, body deteriorates, wealth vanishes, power is fleeting, death is inevitable. So what is that we should aim for? We should aim for a permanent place, spiritual world, which is the eternal refuge for us. That is the holy name, the lotus feet, surrendering unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, and seeking His mercy. Seeking His mercy, begging for His mercy. Bhakti navam prayacha. Bhakti navam prayacha. That means, oh my Lord, please provide us with a boat of devotion. We are begging for His mercy. We are seeking His mercy. Bhakti navam prayacha. So in the context of this topic, there are two beautiful shlokas in Mukunda Mālā Stotra. He loka shrunuta prasuti marana vyadhe chikitsami mam yogajñā samudaharanti munayo yam yajña valkādhaya antarjyotirameyamekam krishnākyamāpīyatāṁ tatpītam paramauṣadham vitanute nirvāṇamātyantikam he martya paramam hitam śrunutavo vakshyāmi saṅkṣepatah samsārāṛṇavamāpadhurmi bahulam samyak pravishya stitah nānāඥānamapāsya cetasi namo narāyanayetyamum mantram sa pranamam pranama sahitam pravartayatvam muhu. The slide that we saw explaining the temporariness of this material world, and Kulasekhara Āḻvār with an intention, with a desire to do good to others, he is telling everybody, Hey loka shrunuta. Hey loka means, oh people. Shrunuta means hear. And the next loka, He martya paramam hitam shrunutavo. There also shrunuta. Hey martya, oh people, oh temporary people, oh mortal beings. I am telling you paramahitam. I am telling you what is the ultimate benefit for you. Please hear. So these two beautiful shlokas fit into this theme of Kulasekhara Āḻvār, expressing the urgency of practicing bhakti and taking refuge of the holy name and the lotus feet of the Lord. And after establishing the problem, after defining the problem, right? What is the problem? The problem is material world is full of miseries. Everybody is suffering. Then uh, Kulasekhara Āḻvār in the next few shlokas, he says that I don't want any wealth, I don't want any power, I'm not interested in sense gratification, I'm not interested in going to heavenly planets to enjoy with beautiful women in the Nandana Kanana gardens. I'm not interested in performing karmakanda rituals and getting some pious punya sukruti. And I'm not interested in liberation also, salvation. I'm not interested in mukti. I'm not even interested in escaping from the Kumbi Paka punishments in the hellish planets. But what is my desire? My desire is only to get Nischala Bhakti, unflinching, uninterrupted devotional service, birth after birth. That is one. And the second thing is constant remembrance of the lotus feet of the Lord. So pure devotion asks for nothing from God, it only asks for God. So we have those beautiful shlokas where Kulasekhara Āḻvār tells this, right? I don't want these worldly benefits, but I want only your smarana. So what are those shlokas? Does anyone remember? Hmm?
మీరు ఆన్సర్ అక్కడే ఇచ్చారు కదండి.
అంటే చూడకుండా ఈ శ్లోకాల నంబర్లు ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ, కానీ ఏంటి ఆ శ్లోకాలు ఏంటివి? Looks like everybody forgot Mukunda Mālā Stotra. We need to restart another series. So let me open the slides and show. नास्ता धर्मेण वसुनिचयेनैव कामोपभोगे यद्भाव्यं तद्भवतु भगवन् पूर्वकर्मानुरूपम् ये तत्प्राप्यं मम बहुमतं जन्म जन्मान्तरेऽपि त्वत्पादाम्बोरुहयुगगता निश्चला भक्तिरस्तु. And then the next one also. Divi va bhuvi va mamastu vaso narake va narakantaka prakamam avadhirita sharadara vindau charanau te maranepi chintayami. And then this also actually. Naham vande tava charanayor dvanva madvanvaheto कुम्भीपाकं गुरुमपि हरे नारकं नापनेतुम् रम्या रामा मृदुतनुलता नन्दनेनापि रन्तुम् भावे भावे हृदय भवने भावयेयं भवन्तम्. So like that. Nischala bhakti rastu. We heard that word in that sloka, right? Nischala bhakti rastu. So throughout this Mukunda Mālā Stotra, we see 5 different um, 5 different topics or 5 different aspects that are discussed. That is the glorification of the Lord by using different names. For example, the first 2 shlokas, full of names, simply glorifying the Lord. And also in the middle, in the end, there are few other shlokas where Kulasekhara Āڵvār is glorifying the Lord. He Gopalaka, he Kripa Jalanide, he Sindhu Kanyapate, he Kamsantaka, he Gajendra Karuna, Parina, he Madhava, he Ramanuja, he Jagatraya Guru, he Pundari Kakshamam, he Gopi Jananata Palaya Param, Janami Natvam Vina. So like that, pure Nama Sankirtana. By using different names, Kulasekhara Āڵvār glorifies the Lord. That is one. Okay, because before we ask anything from the Lord, we have to glorify Him. In Damodarashtakam also, Satyavrata Muni, what does he say? Oh Krishna, you are so beautiful. Sachidananda Rupam. Namamishwaram Sachidananda Rupam. Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam. Yashoda Bhiyolu Kaladavamanam. Param Rushtamatyantato Dhrutya Gopya. So he's glorifying Krishna and then Yashodama. And then in the next few shlokas, he will ask what he wants. He wants to see darshan of the Lord in his heart, that same Damodara Rupam in his heart. He wants to see that. And then after some time, he will ask, O Krishna, O Balagopala, O Damodara, even though I have already asked to give your darshan in my heart, Manasika Darshana, but can you actually come in front of me and can you give me Sakshat Darshan? So he will ask those. So, but before asking, he will glorify. So like that in Mukunda Mālā Stotra also, Kulasekhara Āڵvār glorifies the Lord with different names. And then he expresses his helplessness, his complete dependency. Janami natvam vina. Janami natvam vina. In the same sloka, right? He Gopalaka, he Kripa Jalanide. Same sloka. Janami natvam vina. I do not know anyone other than you, O Gopala. Hey Mukunda. Hey Kripa Jalanide. Hey Sindhu Kanyapate. Hey Kamsantaka. Hey Gajendra Karuna Parina Madhava. Hey Gopi Jananata. Helplessness. Janami natvam vina. I do not know anyone other than you. I have nobody other than you. Taking shelter. Third one is taking shelter. The act of Sharanagati. Complete surrender. Remembrance, smarana, constant. This is one of the most important elements actually. Fourth one is the most important one. Smarana. Avismritis tvat charanaravinde bhave bhave mestu bhavat prasadat. Avismriti means remembrance, smarana. Oh Mukunda, please give me your smarana all the time. May I never forget you. May I always remember you and may I never forget you. And then finally, he asks the fifth one, the final moment, which is the death. He asks for giving the ability to remember Bhagavan at the time of death. Charanau te maranepi chintayami harime vasantatam manda hasitananam bhujam nandagopatanayam paratparam. Nandagopatanayam paratparam naradadi munivrindavanditam. Chintayami harimeva santatam. And then another famous shloka. Krishna tvadiya pada pankaja panjarantam adhyaiva me vishatu manasa raja hamsa prana prayana samaye kafavata pittaihi kantavarodana vidau smaranam kutaste. O Krishna, at the time of death, my bodily limbs will stop working, my senses will stop working, and I may not be able to remember you. So please help me remember. Please help me practice your remembrance throughout this life. And at the time of death, please help me remember you. Whatever sadhana I am doing to remember you in this lifetime while I am living, while my health condition is good, please protect that ability. And at the time of death, I am begging you to give me the ability, to give me the opportunity to remember you. So stage one, glorification of the Supreme with all these beautiful names. Mukunda, Gopala, Govinda, Devaki Nandana, Narayana, Srinath, Narayana, Vasudeva, Sri Krishna, Bhakta, Priya Chakrapane, Sri Padmanabhajuta Kaitavare, Sri Rama Padmaksha Hare Murare, Ananta Vaikunta Mukunda Krishna, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. What a beautiful names. It's a pure nectar of Nama Sankirtanam. Beautiful names. If somebody is constantly chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, and if they are bored, let us all accept the fact that we will be bored. By chanting the same names, we will be bored. And many people don't like to say like this. But let us be practical, because we don't have the taste. We don't have the taste for holy name now. While we are still trying to develop that taste and while we are still continuing to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we should also chant different names of the Lord, so that our mind is attracted to all these different names.
ఇప్పుడే కౌంట్ లోకి వస్తాయా?
అవి కౌంట్ లోకి అంటే వాటి వల్ల కూడా బెనిఫిట్ ఉంటది కదా.
బెనిఫిట్ ఇస్ దేర్, బట్ కౌంట్ లోకి ఇవే వస్తాయి కదా.
16 రౌండ్స్ కౌంట్ లోకి అవి రావు.
సో 16 రౌండ్స్ అవి చేసేసి ఎక్స్ట్రా ఇవి చేయాలి. బికాజ్ ఆఫ్
కరెక్ట్,
టు డెవలప్ ది టేస్ట్ ఇన్ అవర్ మైండ్.
ఎస్, కరెక్ట్. యా, చాలా మంది యాక్చువల్గా సీనియర్ డివోటీస్ ఏం చేస్తారంటే మార్నింగ్ బ్రహ్మ ముహూర్తంలో లేచి తర్వాత వాళ్ళు మంగళారతి అదంతా అటెండ్ అయిన తర్వాత ఇలాంటి స్తోత్రాలు చదువుతారు. ఇప్పుడు మీ అందరికీ రాధేశ్యామ్ ప్రభు తెలుసు కదా. ఆ రాధేశ్యామ్ ప్రభు ఎవ్రీ డే ముకుంద-మాల స్తోత్ర ఎవ్రీ డే చదువుతారు. Every day Radhesham Prabhu, every day he recites Mukunda Mālā Stotra in the beginning, in the morning, and then only he does his japa of 16 rounds.
Okay.
So either you can do like that, or in the morning if you want to finish your rounds for 16 rounds, and then during the day, afternoon, evening, you can chant Mukunda Mālā Stotra, Viṣṇu Sahasranama Stotra, all these things, so that you develop some taste, attraction. So you ask, like 100 people, and you give two options. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, for the next, let's say, 8 hours or so, or 12 hours or so. There are two options. For the next 12 hours, you have to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra continuously. That is option number 1. Option number 2, you have to chant Mukunda Mālā Stotra or Viṣṇu Sahasranama Stotra repeatedly. You recite once and then again you start over and you recite again. So like that you have to do for next 12 hours. You will see majority out of the 100 people, you will see more than 90% will choose second option. We have to be practical. If somebody is choosing Hare Krishna Maha Mantra just because ISKCON is recommending to do, that is a different thing. But if a person is genuine and they want to express they want to make a genuine choice between these two options, more than 90% will choose the Mukunda Mālā Stotra or Viṣṇu Sahasranama Stotra. But having said that, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is undoubtedly the highest, topmost mantra. That's why it is known as Maha Mantra. So our goal is to develop taste for that mantra. The purpose of all these stotrams is to develop taste for chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So now glorification using different names. Before looking within, the devotee fixes his vision upon the Lord. Next, anatomy of humility and compassion. Kulasekhara Āḻvār is a learned, respected king, yet he considered himself fallen. This is not despair, but genuine spirituality, genuine spiritual humility born from realizing Krishna's greatness. So all of us, we waste our life, we waste our time. We are attached to material things. We become lazy. We keep postponing practice of bhakti. We are proud of our accomplishments, and we are not actually qualified because we have so many anarthas in our heart. We are not qualified. But Kulasekhara Āḻvār is saying, he's giving some examples. O Krishna, just like how you protected Gajendra, how you protected Prahlada, how you protected the gopis, how you protected the Pandavas, just like that, you protect me also. So the first one is glorification of the Supreme using different names. Second one is expressing the helplessness, Sharanagati, by giving some testimonials, some examples of other devotees who were protected by the Lord. Similarly, you protect me also. And third one is exclusive devotion, Ananya Bhakti. Just as a traveler seeks shade beneath a great tree, the devotee seeks refuge beneath the Lord's lotus feet, rejecting all lesser destinations. Complete dependence on the Lord's grace and eternal loving service. Not interested in heavenly pleasures, not interested in siddhis, mystic powers, not interested in material prosperity, not interested in impersonal liberation. My only desire is to serve the lotus feet of the Lord, to remember the lotus feet of the Lord. That is Ananya Bhakti, exclusive devotion. Fourth one, the supreme medicine of the holy name. And in Mukunda Mālā Stotra, we see the glorification of the holy name. Shatruchedaika mantram sakalam upanishad vakya sampujya mantram samsarocheda mantram samuchita tamasaha sangha niryana mantram sarvaishvaryaika mantram vyasana bhujaka sandhashta santrana mantram jihve Sri Krishna mantram japa japa satatam janma safalya mantram. Chanting, anybody can do. It's very simple. You don't have to be educated. You don't need to know Sanskrit. You don't need to know the melody also. Simple names you can chant. Rama, Krishna. Anybody can say, right? Rama, Krishna, Rama, Krishna, Rama, Krishna. Govinda, Gopala, Mukunda, Achyuta, Keshava, Madhava, Madhusudana, Trivikrama. Anybody can say these names.
No meter is required.
No meter is also required. Yeah. Chanting these names, no meter required. No chandas, no meter, no melody, no music, nothing. Anybody can chant. If you want to develop more taste, if you want to develop more attraction, then you add the melody, the meter, the chandas, the music, the raga, and all those things. But everybody...
Both will get the same effect.
Both
the
will
person
get
who is not having the meter and melody and he is chanting regularly, then he attain the moksha, or only the persons who are having the meter, melody and music only having the better result?
No. Even the holy name is the same. Whether you chant all these names in raga, without raga, it is the same benefit. But what is required is love and devotion. You need to chant with devotion, with bhakti. That is why there is another this slide here, right? If you don't have bhakti and do anything, without bhakti you are reading Vedas, without bhakti you are doing tapassu, meditation, without bhakti you are doing yajna yaga, the karma kandas, without bhakti you are taking holy bath in punya kshetram, punya tirthas. So there you see the symbol minus. Reading Vedas minus love, minus bhakti, prema, equals to crying in the forest. Amnayabhyasananyaranyaruditam vedavratanyanvaham medascheda falani purtha vidayaha sarvam hutam bhasmani tirthanam avagahanani chagaja snanam vinayatpada dvandvam bhoruha samsrutim vijayate devassa narāyana. So if we do all of this without bhakti, even chanting the names without bhakti, that will not give you much benefit. But if you chant the names with bhakti, in raga, without raga, doesn't matter. Okay? So, holy name. It's already 10:20, yeah? Okay. So, we have more to cover. We will, I think we'll pause here for today and continue tomorrow.
Page 5 slide కూడా చూపించేయండి. 4 దాకా చూపించారు కదా.
Okay.
ఆ మాల కంప్లీట్ అవుద్ది.
Curiosity తగ్గుతుంది మనకి. Stage 5, the final moment. Yeah? At the time of death, how do I remember you, Krishna? At the time of death, the body doesn't function properly. We don't remember anything. So how will I remember you, Krishna? I'll be able to remember you only with your mercy. So you protect my faculty of remembrance, and you give me the opportunity to remember you at the time of death. And we have seen Acharyas mentioned many times that if you remember Bhagavan during your lifetime when you are in good health, Bhagavan will remember you at the time of death. Bhagavan will give you the ability to remember him at the time of death. So we don't have to worry about the death, what happens at the time of death. So our job is, our duty is to practice this Bhagavat Smarana during our lifetime. Jivita Kalam, we have to practice Bhagavat Smarana. Okay? So we'll do more tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the grand finale of this series, Mukunda Mālā Stotra. Okay? Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. Shri Kulasekhara Āḻvār Virachita Mukunda Mālā Stotra ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Krishna Kathamritam ki jai.
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 Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. See you.